That's just what it goes down to. Our people trust these people, and they always get dealt the bad end of the stick because they don't care about you at all. They're going to go ahead and do what they want to do because you're not putting up any resistance. Simple as that. So they're going to throw these athletes at you. They're going to throw these fun boys at you. They're going to throw these actresses at you. They're going to throw these custies, because they got custies now in the advertisements.
Yeah.
God, I got tuned up.
Like, right.
When we listen to a custie?
Facts.
You don't even buy water from them.
Yep.
You don't even give them change. But you got them on TV screens talking about, I got tuned up. And you, come on. Listen, I know it's scary and it's triggering.
And that's what I'm trying to
tell
you.
You gotta calm down. Look at what you can do. Speak to each other in the house and figure it out. Yo, how can we eat outside of this shit? That was the real reason for the hustle. Not to be flashing. You understand? So when you're making these BMF shit, you're making all this shit, you're getting money. The hustler left the home to get that bread, to make sure that it wasn't taxed, to make sure they didn't know what was going on, to make sure that the family could eat outside of what the sharecropping and all that shit was about, because they always kept us out of that economic bracket. That's the main goal for the hustler. So when they throwing these bullshit TV shows at you and you uplifting these dusty niggas that's behind the wall who serve death to the community, you got to be focused and say, yo, hold on, what are we doing? I'm wasting my time here. Because if I'm watching that shit for the whole series, for whatever it's on, I'm not studying the shit that I need to study.
What's going on? Because that's past tense.
Come on, man.
We living in the now. We living in the present time, and everybody's influenced by Scarface. But how did Tony end up in the end of the movie? Got his back blown. You understand what I'm saying?
That's all he was doing. The whole flick.
Yeah, and was sniffing that candy. So at the end of it all, have your fun, live your life, do whatever make you smile, play with your children, play with your significant other, do what you need to do. But it's go time, because now we in a time where, okay, you gotta pick and choose. And I be trying to talk to my loved ones like, yo, look, this is what's happening. What we gonna do? And unfortunately, sometimes when you speak to people, they don't get it. Yo, and you know what I say?
Some of these niggas just gotta die.
It just is what it is. You want to play? Yo, it ain't playtime. And I done survived too much to let a sucker take me out or this, because I done read about this. I done read about this 20 years ago when I was young. I read about some of these things. So now look, right? Now we at a point where, okay, so what's happening? You don't want to take that. So now they want to find a way how to get it to you. What do they like? Because we be addicts of so much. You understand what I'm saying? We be addicts of so many things. So they start saying, how could we get this to the people? So when they wanted to do certain things to us that they couldn't do to us, they started fucking with the food. They started fucking with the water. So now you see this food with all these hormones in it and all this steroids and all that in it. And then you wonder why a little girl, 12 years old, got the body developed of a 35-year-old woman.
Or obese.
Or obese. It's the damn food. You know what I'm saying? It's the food. So what happens is, I'm telling you, all they do is just sit there and watch us. And what we do, we wrong and strong, loud and proud of the dumbest. We the most loudest, proudest of the dumbest shit ever. When all you gotta do is fall back. It's called doing the knowledge. Just fall back. Pay attention.
Well, you're being forced to do it now. It from the very inception of what was taking place with it. I knew then, okay, it's over. It's a wrap.
Yep.
I knew it. I'm looking and I'm watching and I'm making statements I'm on Facebook, I'm on this, I'm on that. I'm just watching. I'm like, yo, there's no neutrality.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you understand that you're not getting away from it unless you pull yourself out? Now, how do you pull yourself out? Smartly. Smartly. There's some people who happen to be self-sufficient. They're entrepreneurs. They're doing their thing. Okay, cool. They got a little wiggle room. There are others who happen to be employed by the state or by the city or these municipalities. They don't have that wiggle room. Because now what they're doing, the courts is closing that shit off. So now you really boxed in. What do you do? What have y'all been doing as a couple or as a family? What have y'all been doing? And I don't mean to, kind of ruffle people, but last year y'all went on 4 vacations. Right? Because everything was all good and all gravy. Don't have nothing stashed. Nothing. Nothing in the stash. No water. No nothing. Home is not protected. As we already see, no life insurance, no burial insurance. Nothing. Nothing. I could recall Big Boy saying it. What To Kill Mike do when we got in his shit. But he did make one statement. He said, yo, people are not ready, but we could get ready. That shit was 3-4 years ago before this shit even started. There were several of us speaking about it. Goody Mob put cell therapy out.
Somebody just put that in the chat. Facts.
Right. How many years ago was that?
It's over 20 years ago.
Right? There's a lot of people who've been speaking it. But again, there were spaces created because if you cause immediate panic, those conditions radicalize and it revolutionize people. So they like, hold up. My back is against the wall. Now we got to go. It's go time. So again, they create these lanes where, nah, that ain't going to happen. Nah, they not going to do this. And slowly tighten in the grip.
No, what they like to say is, they can't do that.
Right. Yeah, that dumb shit.
They can't do it. Hold on. We got 1,200 people in the room, 400 likes. Could we at least correct that? 400, 1,200. Come on, man. Hit the like button. You got
right? That's what they say. They can't do it. They won't do it.
Yeah, they can't do that.
But it's been done. And those who consistently in their law books, those who consistently watch military strategy, those who consistently see certain societal patterns shifting, right? Making sure heterosexual Black men don't have a voice, making sure that they feel depressed, making sure that they're outside and ostracized from not only our community, but globally. You see the patterns, you see the lineup. So now there is no resistance. You understand? Because most of them then already indirectly chose a side. Do you know that sometime if you just fill out an employment application that you give up specific rights to certain things?
Yeah, because
when you go in, accept a position at a corporation or a nonprofit, some government stuff, that you sign away certain things when you claim that you are some entity. You just gave that shit away. You just said you're in agreements with what we got going on. Which is what I was telling people about investing and all this other shit. Certain forms, sometimes you sign off on this shit. So when they come to you and say, yo, this is who you said you were. Did you not know that under our doctrine that you just gave us yourself? Right? Like in Woody Woodpecker, he didn't know he signed his name, signed his soul away, right? Y'all think that shit was funny, right? But it's real. So again, the conditions are dire. The shit look meek and bleak, but we can get around it. We can get around it. All you got to do is say no. But once you do that, like you said, once you start alerting people by talking too much and saying what and who and how, and it's really nobody's business, you lose momentum. You lose that element of surprise. You lose that. Shut your asses up, make the decisions, and let's start supporting each other. Like D Truth, who always throw that little 5 cent in the Cash App.
Facts.
Salute. I always see it. She
Facts.
always throw it. You understand?
Facts.
That's the way we build. That's how we build each other up. And keep moving like that, creating our own barter system.
I swear I wish I had what some of these other platforms was given. The Vlads and the Adam 22s and these individuals with these big million subscriber platforms, because I could only imagine that the money they make and how they would be able to facilitate jobs because they got this platform. Yo, I swear when I first started this, I was like, yo, I'm going to be able to employ mad of my people. And when I say my people, I don't even mean my immediate people, because some of my immediate people,
they ain't shit.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to work with who want to work. But I wish I had 4 or 5 million subscribers and I was just on me the Hellcat dude and I got 40 million. I don't need 40 million. But imagine how many people that we be able to employ with 40 million. We would be a whole infrastructure, but we come on here and we say these things and we talk about these things and people don't understand how important it is for them to kick in. You know what I'm saying? And yes, they do have investors, but look what the people are invested in. They're not going to invest in life. Them dudes don't bring life on a platform. You understand what I'm saying? They're not going to invest in life. They're going to the biggest money maker in society has always been the black people's pain and dysfunction. That's why you got so many. That's why you got so many slave movies. That's why you got so many slave movies, so many gang movies, so many all that. Our dysfunction, our pain is the biggest money maker. That's why it's always going to be BMFs. That's why it's always going to be New Jack Cities. It's always going to be movies like that because our pain has always been for sale. You know what I'm saying? Our pain has always been for sale. And it's so funny that we buy our own pain. We the main consumers of our own pain. You know what I'm saying? Because if you talk to any mobster, they be like, yo, I hate Goodfellas. That movies is this, that, and the third. But this come out, we think we old dog. You know what I'm saying? We think we Bishop. And